Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Fall Carryover League. We are about to eliminate the Arizona Diamondbacks. They lost Game 4 of the divisional round series at home to the Phillies. It was a 3-2 thriller. 2-2 game, 7th inning, another clutch hit by Jay Johnstone, gave him a 3-2 lead. Then they brought in Gene Garber for a 2-out save, and it was 6 up and 6 down, and Gene Garber and the Phillies, he's the big reason. He's got 18 shutout innings coming out of the closer spot, and that's been nailing the door on their opponents. So let's get rid of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Again, a nice team, made a nice little run here, had a heck of a year offensively, and they won the wild card game, and they fought tough against the Phillies. We saw their one win in the 4 games, but now it's time to say goodbyes. It's time for their 76 players and see what this team's going to do moving forward. So step 1, we remove 8 76ers. There they go. So who's coming back for Zona? Who is coming back? How many hitters and pitchers are we going to have here? Looks like we have 8 and 4. Yes, 8 and 4. 8 hitters, 4 pitchers. They're bringing back a healthy dose of offense. Okay, let's see. Darryl Porter will come back at catcher. Oh boy. This is only, the Kansas City Royals not having Darryl Porter. Oddly enough, though, Kansas City's big year, Porter's big year in Kansas City occurred in '79, and that's the year that Royals didn't win the American League West. That was the year the California Angels won it. So you can see the plausibility of him escaping to this team. Mike Squires can play a little bit of first base. Daryl Thomas can play all over the place. You don't really have a legitimate third baseman. Spire can play short. And then you have this glut in the outfield, but you got Fried, the Fried rules, Vale, no restriction on him, Valentine, and Boisclair. Wow, so that is some potent offense. As for the pitching, well, you're bringing back 3/4 of your bullpen and Bob Welch. And Welch only pitched 111 innings. This is the famous Welch rookie that faced Reggie in the World Series in that famous, mano-a-mano matchup. Yeah, it needs some pitching. Starting pitching is what they need. Let's see now who's going bye-bye. So they lose 4 and 4. Fran Healy's not much of a loss. He's near the end of his rope. Braun's a nice little player. Neon's near the end. Herndon's just getting started. Roberts is in the middle of it. LaRoche has some more quality years. Cleveland, I don't know. And I think Gary Ross is over the hill. So actually, this could be a good, improving team as they're losing some guys who are at the end of their rope. That's the way it looks like here. Let's see what the Arizona Diamondbacks do moving forward. Okay, so let's take a peek here at the 4 hitters and 4 pitchers that will have to go away. Let's start with Steve Braun. Eventually he becomes a full-time pinch hitter. And so, yeah, he just had a nice 288 year. The 737 OPS, and when you look at the future, it is not looking rosy. He's okay. He plays for Seattle, that expansion team, and a full season, and a 235 season. It didn't really work out, did it? So because he has playing time, we can waive him, and he can look for a platoon spot somewhere. Corner spot, perhaps. Not much to offer defensively either. He's on waivers. Next up, Fran Healy, and I think he's kind of near the end of the road here as well. Fran, yeah, that was his last good year with the Yankees. Went to a World Series with the Yankees in a limited backing up Munson. And yes, they did make his 77 card, so he qualifies for waivers if needed. But let's just retire him for the heck of it, because he has 1-1 now. Next up, Herndon, Larry. He's just getting it going at this point in his career. He's got a long way to go. We're getting into the golden years of, yeah, he'll be 23 years old next year. 288 hitter, but he doesn't hit that well until 81. That card's unavailable yet. When you look at it, though, it's pretty middling, isn't it? The other consideration is, did they make a 77 card? So when that situation comes up, I go to the Super D's website, superds.tripod.com/somrosters. I could actually just go to the printout. I already have them in the box, but this is a quick way of doing it. And see, in 77, there's two guys, Fran Healy and Larry Herndon. So let's see if Herndon's with the Giants. Has a card with the Giants. There's the Giants. Outfielders. Ooh, I don't see him. How about extra player? You know what? They didn't make a 77 card. This is quite a pickle that this team is in now. So they can't put him on waivers. They have to keep him or retire him. You cannot go on waivers without a 77 card by the rules we use. So, yeah. The other guy is Fran Healy, and I think he is on the Yankees. He's got to be the backup catcher to, yeah, he's the backup catcher. So Healy qualifies for waivers now. So let's move into waivers, and actually let's actually retire Larry Herndon, which basically sends him down to the minor leagues. And then a team is welcome to bring him back in 1981, where he has a 288 year. So let him sit out for a year, get his stick going, and come back the following year, the year after next. So let's flip that and keep moving on. The next guy is Felix Mian. Let's go back to Baseball Reference here. There we go. How many Felixes are there? A lot. Oh man, that's mean. Look at that. It's not one of the top Felixes. Strange. Anyway, there he is. Long career, starting in 66. Full seasons too, by the way. A lot of plate appearances. 77. He has one more year with the Mets. Hits 248. Which makes him a waiver candidate or retire candidate. Let's be optimistic and put him on waivers as if he can find a job somewhere. We can always move him to retirement if we need to. We can actually keep him if we want. But he's not very good. Reggie Cleveland. Reggie Cleveland. So we have, okay, 78. Yeah, he's got a good, yeah, 78's card is pretty good. He qualifies for waivers because he played in 77. His 78 card is better. 79, and his 80 card is good, and he'll play through to 81. So he's eligible to come back. Let's just bring him back. Let's bring Reggie Cleveland back. You have to have somebody to come back. And he's got two good target years to target. A 78 year in the pen, and an 80 year in the rotation. $1.28 whip 1 year, 78, it's a $1.16. So he's coming back. Congratulations, Reggie Cleveland, $10,000 for that. Next up is Gary Ross. There he is. I think Gary, you know, this is the only year he was able to put 200 innings up. 1976. There it is. He finally put it together at age 28 with 225 innings. 77, they made his card. I've seen it. It's pretty bad, so we're going to retire. Gary Ross. Sorry about that. He just kind of flamed out. Maybe he was overworked in 76. Who knows? But anyway, he is on the retired list now. And now, two more probable keepers. Dave Roberts and Dave LaRoche. Let's start with Dave Roberts, and let's get the right one by guessing. Is it this one? Yes, I was lucky. The lefty pitcher, not the hitter. So lefty pitcher Dave Roberts, he bounced around. This is another great candidate for an expansion team when you see a guy bounce around to a lot. So being on an expansion team, Arizona, makes a lot of sense. A Padre, an Astro, a Tiger, a Cub, a Giant, Pirate, Seattle, Met. Yep, sounds like he should be an Arizona Diamondback for a while. So, 77, he struggles. 78, he struggles. 79, he is got a 2.90 ERA. Did they make his card? And 80, he's got a decent card in 80. We're going to keep him. The 80, and he's left-handed. The 80 card is okay. I've seen that one. 79 card. Actually, the whip is worse than 79. We'll bring up this 80 card. I know the ERA is high, but it's a pretty good card otherwise. So Dave Roberts is going to come back for an expansion team. Again, these expansion teams we're not trying to do too many favors for. There's a reason they're expansion teams. Yeah. So they're not going to find Hall of Famers doing this research. Dave LaRoche. Dave LaLob. He'll have some fun more years left. He's had a lot of good years in his career. Very good reliever. Look, 71, 72, 75, 76, 77, 78, 81, 82. That's a lot of good relieving. Over a 14-year career with a 3.53 ERA. So he's a player. We're going to get him in the league as a keeper. Just have to figure out which year that's going to be. Could be 77, could be 78, could be 80. So Dave LaLob is coming back. Congratulations, Dave. It's $10,000 to you. And that means they have 3, 3, and 2. Pretty simple. If they want to correct this internally, they could decide to keep Steve Braun or keep Fran Healy or Mian. Keep any of these 3 dudes. And then you have the 4, 2, and 2 you need to begin your draft. Or they could simply make a trade and find a keeper from another organization that has too many keepers. So that's the options at the present time for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hope you've enjoyed this elimination video. We'll see you next time.